a lot of Americans, we're that aren't in the military. Obviously, we're just here. We're comfortable. We're going through our daily lives. We don't think about things that go on overseas. We don't think about things that go on in the military. And you're talking and speaking about like all this evil that is over there. Now, even up to this day, how do you feel that going over there and having all those experiences you had? I know that there must have been things that changed your idea of what's over there, but how has your, I guess, perspective of war changed by going through that?
That's a great question. If anything, I said I really understood right, and it further solidified morality. It further solidified just. When I say just, I mean true justice, not rule of law or letter of the law, but intent of the law. Right, like the difference between mala and say, which is something that is inherently evil, and just like a dude crosswalking, totally different thing. And in war, you not only get to see the most disgusting aspects of human nature. What one human can do to another human is detestable, disgustable, and you would think that you would lose faith in all humanity. But what you also get to see is the most indescribable acts of selflessness, of courage, of humanity in those moments. Right? And the contrast could not be any further apart. You see a soldier running over to jump on top of a kid that he's never met before and shelter that little kid's body with his own body and his body armor to make sure if bullets are flying, a bomb goes off, a plane is going to come in and crash. That soldier's running to jump on top of a peasant kid in the middle of nowhere, Middle East. Like, why would he do that, right? Like you hear, what's your one job? To make it home alive. That's not true. No. Like your job is to be human and to protect what we know is right. And when we say to serve your country with pride, that's what that is. It's watching another man give his life for another man. No greater act can there be than one man to give his life for someone else. And you see that time and time again, in instance after instance. We have no more food on the truck, but you watch a kid walk up to your truck, and say, food. Like you're going to give him whatever you have, whatever's that last little bit of food that you had in your pocket, you're going to give it to him. And it really solidified how special our country is. You said we live in comfort. We're here, and you don't see all the things overseas. Well, I do. I see them time and time again. Now, 28 different trips overseas I've taken in a uniform with a flag on my shoulder. And every single time I go over there, I come back home and I look at this country and the petty, pathetic arguings of petulant children about the most inconsequential things ever. And I laugh because we're so lucky. We are so blessed that we can argue about what gender goes on about. That we can argue about whether this new episode of some TV show didn't have enough characters of a specific race. I'm like, God, we're so lucky. What an awesome thing to argue about. This is cool. Keep arguing. This is really cool. This is cute. I like you guys, American.
Do you ever get resentful, or have you ever gotten resentful where you're like, man, these fucking people, they don't understand. They don't understand what has happened. Or even when you hear some of the things from some politicians and stuff, you're just like, man, these guys have no clue what they're talking about. You just want to punch them in the face?
I definitely want to punch some politicians in the face. I never want to punch an American in the face. I want to hug a bunch of Americans. Like when I was watching Portland burn to the ground, and they're pulling over statues of Abraham Lincoln. And you're like, you guys are insane. I don't want to go hit him in the face. I want to go hug him. I'm like, it's okay. I love that you don't know what real evil looks like, and the fact that you're projecting this evil onto a guy that fought evil. That is sorry, I have my phone snapped.
All good.
That's a really cool again, what a fortunate, lucky moment to be in. But it's like, I would love to just sit down with each and every single one of them and pour them a cup of coffee, give them a hug, and be like, okay, let's talk about whatever issues you have, because they're just your issues. Now, when it comes to politicians, there's some real evil out there where, it's never their sons and daughters that are going overseas to do these wars. They just send the poor, and they send the passionate, and they send people with ideals and beliefs, and then they come back. And I think it's going to be ironic because we have the lowest participation in politics by veterans ever in the history of our country. And I think you're looking at decisions being made by these ignorant assholes that are making these decisions out of selfish positions, and that don't understand what selfless service looks like, that don't understand what sacrifice looks like. And even worse, they're making decisions for other people that will never have any effect. I've been in countries where I was present for the first time. Any adult got to make a vote for who is going to lead their country. Think about that. Imagine being a 35-year-old man and you're going to vote for the first time in your life. Crazy. I've been there for that.